Hello and welcome to another Writerly Wittering's 5-minute review. What excitement there is. And a cup of tea. Cheers. So, today I've got an interesting one. Rubicon by the Historical Writers Association. This is a collection of short stories produced by Sharp Books, as it's on the back. Must be good people because they publish Act of Vengeance by this brilliant author known as Michael Jex. So there you go. This is basically a showcase of different historical authors of all types, which I thought was really very interesting. And I am now going to reopen my notebook at the page where it just closed, where I was looking at all the different people who are writing, because it's got, let's see, there are Nick Brown, Gordon Doherty, Ruth Downie, Richard Foreman, Alison Morton, Antony Riches, Antony Senior, Peter Tonkin, L.F. Trafford and SJ Turney, Steve Turney. Now I know most of these people. They're very good people to go to have a discussion in a bar about books and writing. They're all fun characters. Does it work as a collection? Yes, it does, because the whole thing's about Roman. It's all ancient Roman, although Nick Brown is not writing crime or anything. Ruth Downie has a superb short story in this. Don't get me wrong, Nick Brown's good. Gordon Doherty I thought was exceptionally good, based on warfare and an attack on a town. I think he wrote this pretty much as a prequel to his main series. Ruth Downie definitely wrote this as a prequel. Really delightful, nice crime short story. Richard Foreman is always very strong, but I really like the way that he put this short story together. It's great to see. A bit like Ruth Downie, it's a complete story in short format. Absolutely excellent. Then Antony Riches is a brilliant warfare writer. His series on Rome is just superb. Basically, the whole of his series is about revenge, and this story very much slots into the middle of that. It's really, really neat, but you can read it as a standalone, obviously. All of these stories are standalones. Peter Tonkin's work, I've never actually read any of his books before. This means I'm probably going to have to buy a few of them. Really enjoyed that. Steve Turney, really interesting sort of adventure thriller in a cemetery. Absolutely superb, really nice one. Which is not to say that I don't like the other books. I do. But those are the ones that stood out for me. So, do I like it? Yes. So often you get a collection of short stories and you find that the writing style between each is so different that it's quite jarring, and I've often found that I'll get a certain way into a collection of short stories and then have to put it aside. I can't carry on. This is one of those rare things where I read it all the way through in one sitting. I just couldn't put the damn thing down. Is it interesting for people who haven't read these authors before? Yes, it is, because at the end of every section, he's just grabbing the book to demonstrate it, you'll find there is an interview with the writer. So you get an interview with several questions, and the author gets plenty of time and space to talk about what they like about their writing, everything that's important to them about their writing, just every aspect of writing. You know, what do you enjoy about writing? If you were transported back to the time, who's the first person you'd want to talk to? What would you bring back from ancient Rome with you? If there was one event in the period, etc. Loads and loads of little questions. And it's interesting to get the author's perspective. So that, I think, was another neat idea that really, really worked well. Was there anything I disliked about it? No. I mean, it's always good to get a different style of book through. This is not the most expensively produced book. It's a standard paperback format, very thin Amazon style covers, which is a bit disappointing. The front has copyright Historical Writers Association nothing on first publication or anything, and the chapters, as you would expect with something produced as an e-book, more or less, no page numbers, which is irritating. But okay, you can live with that. I use a bookmark. So, in short, 10 really good authors, 10 really gripping stories, well worth a purchase, well worth a read. What more can I say? Highly recommended. There you go. There, and that is today's 5-minute interview. I know that on this camera screen, somewhere it tells me how long I've been talking for, because I forgot to look at the clock. But I think it's just about 5 minutes. What can I say? If you enjoyed this, don't forget to go down to the bottom. If you go through to the Patreon site, you'll find more stuff about me. If you want to add a comment or put anything in down the bottom, ask a question. If you've read Rubicon, please do put a comment in, say what you think. Then you can share it, you can like it, you can subscribe to this channel, you can do all the stuff you know you need to down the bottom. So that's it for now. That's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching and speak to you soon. I'm going back to a cup of tea. I clearly need it.